Well guys, welcome back out to the garden. It is St. Patrick's Day, and if you didn't know what that means, it means plant your peas. We're not planting peas today though because my beds aren't quite ready, but I'm getting them ready because I will be planting them this weekend. As you can see, I did finish my onion bed and carrot bed from the barn clean out the other day. I need to put the rest of the compost in the garden, at least as much as my back and my muscles will allow me to do today. I brought out some bone meal to additionally prep the carrot bed, and I wish I had some potassium. That would be excellent to add on to my pea bed, but I don't have any potassium right now, so that'll give me a chance to go grab that. It's gonna rain tomorrow, so in a couple days this week, so anything I can do to help get this good compost drained down into the soil. Wood ash is another great amendment for peas, so I'll grab a sprinkle of that and we'll get the pea row ready.
So while Rachel's out in the garden today, I got a few things in the house I need to get caught up on. A couple just like home maintenance type things I need to address. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me for that. We're gonna be heading up somewhere upstairs, some place where you guys hardly ever get to go. I also have a cool new tool to show you guys. So welcome back to the laundry room upstairs bathroom. It's probably been at least 2 years since you guys have been up here since we remodeled it. We never really take you guys upstairs to the second floor in our house. Back behind you is toilet, sink, shower. This side, washing machine, dryer. And Rachel has noticed over the course of the last, maybe last week or so, she keeps hearing a sound coming from our dryer, like down in this section, and she said she keeps hearing these little like scratch sounds and sounds of little tiny birds making noises. I've heard it a couple times, and to me it always just sounded like little scratching sounds, like it might be a mouse or something like that. So we're gonna check this out today, see what's going on. My first thought was I'll go around to the outside of the house and look inside the dryer vent to see if there's anything in there. My thought was if I just move the dryer, disconnect the dryer vent, and it's full of birds that are all gonna fly off in our house. So before we get started, I'll close the door so a bunch of birds fly out. They aren't loose in our house, they're contained to one room. I did set a little mouse trap, like one of those little, like little thing goes and the little door closes, with some Doritos in there about 3 days ago next to this dryer, but we haven't caught anything yet, so don't know what we're gonna find, but I will take you guys with. I want to move this rug. This thing is like such a pain in the butt to get back here. This may be a somewhat challenging adventure to try to film. I think I got you guys back there. Aha! There's definitely no birds in there. Look in the back of the little vents on the outside of the house. There's like little flapper vents back there. One of them's broke off. And I didn't think it was big enough for a bird to fit through. Apparently it's not. Yeah, and there's not a lot of lint in our dryer too, so that's good. So good news, I guess, that we don't have a bird. Then the bad news is, I guess, we likely have a mouse living under our dryer. I wonder if I can tip this. No? Yeah, it's all enclosed under there. And I don't see any mouse poop or anything. I mean, there's dust and dirt and stuff, but who doesn't have a bunch of dirt and dust under their dryer? Huh, so if they're definitely in there, they have to be yeah, so I definitely do not think there's birds living in here. 'Cause if they go farther up that tube, they're just getting into like the burner assembly and where the heating elements are and stuff like that. And it would basically cook them, so I don't smell anything dead. Man, I forgot how much of a pain that is to hook that up back there. 'Cause you can't fit yourself back there. You can only fit your arms. So I guess we're gonna call it good, and we will we'll leave our mouse trap up here. Maybe we'll put some fresh Doritos in it, and whatever lives up here will live for another day. For now, but we'll catch them.
Okay, let's see. So this is where my tomatoes were last year, and we grew some bush beans here on the back row. So this back row this year will be my peas, and I need to get those planted this weekend. And then you guys are currently sitting on top of all the garlic. So let me show you that. It's definitely a good idea before your bulbs start swelling. If you grow where you plant in the fall and then you harvest in the summer, in the early spring before the bulbs start to swell, definitely give them some nitrogen. So we're going to sprinkle on some of our goat manure. Great source of nitrogen. You could use chicken manure, blood meal, or buy like a synthetic nitrogen source. But we're just going to use our goat manure since that's what we have. So, but let me take you down here and show you. So hopefully it comes up in video. Sometimes, oh, yep. Did you see this one pop up? No, not quite. Sometimes I come out here and just help them out. Like I just cleared the leaves away from this one. There's one. Sometimes I put the leaves on just a little too heavy. Like here's one right here. And I'll just push them back aside just so that they can easily come up. There's one. Beautiful little garlic. Here's one right here. But they're all in here. So basically, if you see my post, I've got 4 corners marked, and I think we've got probably 150 bulbs of garlic planted. So I'll just show you how much I sprinkle it on. Now this is where I always get in trouble by the purist, because I never do things the way they say you're supposed to. So this is Ruth Stout, and I'm going to sprinkle some of my goat manure on it. Ruth would have used cottonseed meal, but I'm not going to go out and buy anything I don't already own if I don't have to. So we're just going to sprinkle on some goat manure, and that'll just help feed the plants outside of just using the straw or hay.
So another place, another part of our basement that you guys have probably never been to before. Our basement is kind of shaped like a T, and the place where you guys normally see us is on the opposite end where all of our food is. This end is kind of just storage for things that aren't food. You know, we have some toilet paper there behind you. We have paint that we don't want to keep outside because it's going to freeze and go bad. Our furnace is down here. Our plumbing, our sewer line that runs out to our septic tank, all that kind of stuff is over here, and the sump pump. So kind of boring. That's kind of why we never really bring you guys over here. I have a quick little job over here to do today. And then I had a third job, but I can't find it. I bought something on Amazon, and I was going to share it with you guys and show you how we remotely monitor the temperature of our freezers, so that if something happens, if it dies or somebody leaves the door open, we get an alarm. And I was going to share that with you guys today, and I can't find it anywhere. Oh, there goes the dogs. Another thing I wanted to go over today, I mentioned earlier in the video about a new tool / toy that I wanted to share with you guys. And we haven't shared anything with you guys from Olight, the flashlight company, in quite a while. It's probably been about 6 months since we got something from them that we wanted to share with you guys. They emailed me this month and they're like, hey, we got something brand new coming out. It's never been released before, and do you want to try it out? Check it out, see what it's all about. And I was like, sure. So I had kind of no clue what this was. Is it just like a new version of something that they've already released? And it came in the mail. I opened up the package and I was like literally confused by the picture on the package. And I'm like, okay. Without even reading the words, I was like, what is this thing? And I have it in here in my pocket, and I'll show you along with some extra footage that I filmed earlier. This is the Baton 3 flashlight right here that fits inside of this charging case. And it fits in your pocket nice this way. This also fits in your pocket really well. And the design concept behind this is the flashlight itself has a battery in it, but if that battery ever dies, the case will also recharge the flashlight up to about 3.5, close to 4 times, 3.7 times or something like that. The case itself has a charging port on the side, so you do have to charge the case itself at some point in time. And at first, when I opened it up, I'm like, okay, that's kind of gimmicky. But the more I played around with it, the more I thought, you know what, this is kind of cool. You know, if you're remote location like us at our cabin where we don't always have power available, your battery one's dead, you can just drop it in the case and it'll charge it back up for you. Same with like if you're going on like a long backpacking trip, you can just toss this down in there. The whole thing as a whole is not very heavy at all. I've had it in my pocket all day walking around with it, and it's really not that heavy. It's all smooth, so it's comfortable. And there's a big sale starting on this today. At 8 p.m. tonight is when the sale kicks off. They had a couple other new products too. The little Olight bulbs, the little light bulbs that are like magnetically charged, and you can place them in strategic locations that are magnetic. So you can mount them on metal, or there's a little plate that you can mount them to. As well as the new i3T, which is one of my favorite carry flashlights of theirs that comes in all brass this time. So total brass, and I think timing wise is really cool because brass is a natural germ killer. So if your hands are dirty, you got touch a door handle, touch your flashlight, things that are on your flashlight are going to be somewhat neutralized since it's brass. So pretty cool. We will go out. Tonight is also trash day on the homestead. So tonight, once it gets dark, I'll take this flashlight out with me to take the trash out, and I'll show you some footage of kind of how bright it is. It has like multiple different, there's like a moonlight mode that'll last for like 20 hours or something like that, and then a medium, and then a high, and then like a turbo mode. So we will leave the links to this, all the sale details, all the prices on everything down in the description. If you guys are interested, want to check it out. So I think you guys can see back here, this right here, this section of plumbing, these pipes, most of these that are over here run all the way up. They run through our first floor all the way up to the second floor, to that second floor bathroom where we just were earlier in today's video, checking out the birds that were living in our dryer or not living in our dryer. I still think it's a mouse. There's got to be a mouse inside there somewhere. There's some little holes in the back, and I think they're just climbing up and they're inside there. We'll figure it out. Anyways, these run all the way up to the second floor. Same with this drain pipe, which runs down sewer, septic. If you can see this pipe back here, it kind of fell. And it's putting stress on this valve right here, and it's causing it to drip. And there's some little plastic like clamps that they use to secure these pipes up here, and it basically just like rotted over time and broke. So I'm gonna pull this little clamp out today, if I can get it back here somehow, and get that replaced. I have some metal ones that look kind of like this. We'll replace it with metal. See if I brought the right kind of bit. Now this is supposed to be all the way up like this, and that thing broke and it's just been hanging here ever since. So there's been so many times I've been down here working on something, and these big oak floor joists are so hard. Yeah, that'll hold. Let's replace this other one while we're here. I don't know if you guys can see some of these black marks on all these pipes. At some point, someone was living here and they had an issue where they either lost their furnace stopped running, or, well, something happened and all the pipes froze. And they apparently tried to come down here with a torch to fix the problem. And in doing so, they melted everything and put burn marks on it all.
Okay guys, I finished up. I ended up doing the tomato row really heavy. The roof stout bed has a really nice good layer. I added the back beds that just had the mulch, the leaf and grass clipping mulch on it, put some manure on that. The pea row garlic beds, also wood ashed the pea row. And now I just have some bone meal. I'm going to sprinkle that on the carrot bed. I'll be planting carrots next weekend, so give it a week to get rained into the soil really well. And I have probably 2 more wheelbarrows left of mulch left. And I think what I'm going to do is I save my seed bags, and I will just, not my seed bags, excuse me, my feed bags. I'll just bag that up and use it throughout the year, you know, if I'm potting something up, maybe throw some in my green stalk garden planters. I just use it as I need it. So it won't go to waste. It won't just sit there and feed the grass. So probably, excuse me. So where am I taking you? Come this way with me. Okay, here we go. So probably the next time you see me out, next time you see me out in the garden, we'll be planting peas, for sure. Possibly even some spinach.
It's after dark, and as promised, told you I'd bring this flashlight back out and show you guys how bright it is. Getting ready to take the trash out. This is the light on turbo mode. See how it goes along the fence there. How it lights up myself. So it's pretty darn bright, just for a tiny little light like this. It's pretty cool. I think I'm going to start carrying this around with me a lot. See you guys later. It's cold.